What's going on, everyone? Okay, hold on a sec. Breaking, shocking news, man. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Okay, so if you have heated seats, I know, but heated seats, it's high electrical current through resistive wiring directly under your pelvis and back. So that actually fries your sperm and your ovaries and your lymph and blood vessels. Wow. Okay, you know what I would do then? I would put the heated seats on while it's warming up, but then when I'm in the truck, I will turn the heated seats off when I'm sitting on it. Yo, shout out to Butter Dog, dude. Cooled seats? That's a good question, Butter. Hold on. Hold on. That's a very good question. Someone must have commented that. The top comment is, man, modern convenience is destroying us. um, Hold on a second. Electric blankets, yeah, same shit. Someone must ask about cooled heating pads, yeah. The vegan soap company comments, my work involves me traveling in an EV, and I'm looking at ways to protect myself. Of course, of course, a vegan soap company would have an electric vehicle company car. That really, oh, here, Butter. Blevin says, what about cooling setting? I use mine year round and drive long distances. He says, good, need to check. I'm pretty sure I know how to check that. I know how to check that easily. I'm sure it's fine. How are cooled seats cooled? Don't worry, I'm not using ChatGPT. Yeah, it's ventilated. Fans and tiny perforations. While true cool, okay, so some just ventilate the seats. Others use a dedicated cooling element like a Peltier thermoelectric device or tap into the car's main AC system to actively chill the air blown through the seat for a much colder feel. Yeah, okay. So that's still not it's not like a wires. So yeah, heated seats, you're frying your ball sack. Cooled seats, you're good. Um Shout out to Chris James, shout out to Captain Walt. Walt, we were talking about you, man. Um Butterdog, the only time you probably would have to use heated seats was actually before I think you even lived in Texas when it was the Snowmageddon. That was shocking, dude. I wasn't there, but Seaton was. That's my Alpina. The Cayman has none of the above. LOL. No Bluetooth. Good, dude. Walt, hold on a second. I want to tell you this, Walt, because I know what you did with your house. So here's the question. There's a girl on YouTube who bought a new washing machine and like hired a guy, or maybe it was her husband or someone came over to uh, take out the um, transmitter that's like basically a Wi-Fi router. So she paid a guy to come over and take the wireless emitting transmitter out of her machine. I'm sure everything's a fuse. Everything with a car is just a fuse. So if you don't use freaking Bluetooth, pop the fuse out. It should not be transmitting. If you don't use whatever other shit they have going on in it, you know, you remove the fuse, or there might be something even easier to do: disconnect the wire and keep the fuse. But anyway, interesting. Anyway, so but anyway, so her YouTube channel, which is about the is called, I think, Tech Wellness. Not a very big channel, but she is who I learned, or no, my friend Shane told me how to use the internet without Wi-Fi. But she has videos on how to use the internet without Wi-Fi as well. It is quite an upgrade, man, I will say. Chris James said, "Good, bro. Should be." Dude, Chris James, what is it? What are you building again? I remember I was wondering. Captain Walt said, "I still have a smart washer and dryer, but would love to revert that also." Walt, then I just put a freaking breadcrumb on your pillowcase, man. Because if you go if you go to YouTube, Nadine, I think her name Nadine Tech Wellness, or just Tech Wellness. Type in Tech Wellness dish washing machine, and she has a video of removing the device. You have to like pop the front of the thing off, and on the motherboard of these freaking computers that used to just be a washing machine but now is a computer, there is a device that is the EMF meter, and it is like a Wi-Fi router, so it is annoying that they have those. Shout out to Sane, man. Okay, let me announce we are live right now. Hold on. Total debt forgiveness. Max out your shit now. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think you can say that. Total debt forgiveness, imminent. New, what's it called? A new economic system coming. I don't think this is manifesting it. Would you guys think so? Like, I mean, this is the word, the writing on the wall, So let's see. Hold on. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Porsches, you guys got all that. Holy crap. Let's see some pics, dude. Shout out to Chris James. We have a 1965 Chevy Corvair. Just needs new seats. Okay, I'm going live on. Oh, by the way, who's on here right now? Everyone comment who hasn't commented yet, just so I know who's on here. Shout out to Butterdog, by the way, dude. Great question, man, about the cooled seats. Who knew heated seats in cars would just cook your freaking sack, man? EMFs, it's electric. It's anything electric heat is shit. Like, it is the worst kind of heat, man. Not only because of the amount, like baseboard heating uses a ton of electricity. Like, if the power goes out and I have to turn on my generator, back before I had a wood burning stove, it would like, and I have a good generator. It was like, boo. If I left the baseboard heater on, it uses a ton of juice, man. What's going on, man? Everyone rather on here. Shout out to Conan, Connell or whatever. What's up, man? Okay, so this is pretty shocking. Let me ask you this. Total debt forgiveness. You may be thinking, that sounds great. No, hold on. Shut up, everyone. Okay, Satan wanted to be everywhere and see everything at the same time, and be able to read everyone's minds, right? Satan said he wanted to be like God. He wanted to be all around us and hear everything we say and hear everything we think. What is AI doing right now? What's AI doing? It's going to be everywhere. It knows what we say. The microchip will let us tell it what we think. Yeah, dude. This is biblical, man. This is a very big freaking deal. Sev, I inherited the cross, dude. One of them. Shout out to Crazy Karen. Yeah, dude, Sev, you gotta rep the cross, man. Shout out to Kaya. AI, I know it is a very cringy thing. The Amish are right about a lot. See, you guys, I love you guys. Some of you guys come on here, you roast me, and it's all good. I love all of you, especially the roasters. But I want to tell you something. I would love to be live on Instagram 1,000 hours a day and talk to you guys from all around the world. It's so strange, this world. Like, you don't even know who I am, where I came from, what's going on over here. But here I am talking to you. Like, it's pretty cool, eh? Anyway, shout out to Australia. But I can't be live on Instagram because you get strikes for saying shit on here. I've had 2 strikes in the past that maybe not be able to go live, and it was a big deal, and it was unfortunate. So I don't want to go live on Instagram. So that's why I made my Rumble live stream channel. We are live on Rumble right now, which is at the link in my bio. we're talking about all this in detail. I totally get if you just like getting a quick little 90-second reel and you want to watch a quick little video that gives you a dopamine hit and then you want to put your phone down. I get it. But we are live on Rumble, which is like long form content. Like I'm talking details. If you want to come join, it's shocking. You'll have a good time. I will make you laugh too. So if you're feeling under the weather, come laugh because one of my many strengths. No, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you all about it. It's an inside joke. Okay, come to Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. Click the link, click the Rumble channel, and come on over, man. This is at the tip of the iceberg. Like we are about to turn the corner here in humanity, human history, seeing what's coming around the corner with this AI shit. It is shocking, dude. So Drain the Swamp up high says, send me an invite. Shout out to Drain the Swamp. Just click the link in my bio or go comment on any one of my Instagram posts, not this live, but if you go comment the word Rumble on any post, on my Instagram, you get a link right to your DMs that gets you the Rumble live stream link. But it's that, or you can just click the link in my bio. Okay. So hope to see you guys on Rumble. Much love, everyone. You're cute. I look at the name, Kyle. Oh God. Holy shit. Shout out to Asher. Asher says she's about to order a max stack and a minerals with it. Asher, if you do, because you're about to, I will get you thrown in the chocolate powder, $100 bag of lit. And I'll get you this 44% off life. Make sure you use that code 44life, Asher. Don't be paying full price when they still have that discount code going. Shout out to Asher, man. Asher, are you whereabouts were you again? Not Pennsylvania, perhaps somewhere in that region. Let me know, dude. But that is a stack and a half, a freaking max stack. Are you nuts, man? Incredible. Shout out to Afro Eyeball and Pure Grace. See, if you picture grace, it's a graceful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a vibrational thing. What a great username. Chris James is drinking the Chad mode for the last hour. Shout out to Chris James, man. Shout out to Lightning Strike, who I have seen on here before, I believe. Let me know if I have or not. What's your username on Instagram, Lightning? Dude, so guys, don't you think that's crazy? Don't you think it's crazy that, listen to this, Satan wanted to be like God. We know that they want to use AI to control countries and govern countries, eventually govern the world. If AI controls the world, then it's kind of like God, but in a fake way, not in an organic way. Okay, so AI wants to be like God, or sorry, Satan wants to be like God. AI is about to achieve, or would be, I'm not saying it's going to, but it would achieve if these things come to fruition. Basically, all the things it wanted to before technology. Being everywhere, hearing everything, making decisions. That's trippy, man. I'll tell you something right now. I know we will win. You've heard me say it before. I do know we will win. But watching how fast AI is changing things and then hearing Sam Altman say that ChatGPT 7, what happens when ChatGPT 7 can make better decisions than our president, and what's that going to do? They're priming you for AI controlling our governments and our countries. 100%. You'd be stupid to think otherwise. They are priming you. Furthermore, the other prime I saw, which came out yesterday, was from The Times, which says people are not ready for, hold on a second, The Times. Here it is. AI threat. Listen to this. Experts predict AI will lead to the extinction of humanity. Okay, dude. AI poses a risk of extinction, industry leaders warn. Why the fuck are we still, why don't we unplug it then? It's ridiculous. Asher, yes. Okay, here it is. The world is not prepared for an AI emergency. Picture waking up to find the internet flickering, card payments failing, ambulances heading to the wrong address, and emergency broadcasts you are no longer sure you can trust. Oh my gosh, dude. We have to stay so grounded and our brains so relaxed because you know when you get those emergency alerts everyone in if you're sitting with a group of people, all of a sudden all your phone go off at the same time. Like, it is pretty trippy. Well, I got one in the summer and it was like, this is just a test. Don't worry. And I'm thinking, you're making sure this shit works because you got a plan to use this freaking thing. And I'm not going to buy that it's going to be ding, ding, ding. Your phone goes off. There's a crazy event. Come to the local Walmart. There's an explosion. Like, who knows, you know? But I know the average person goes, nope, it's about making sure everyone can be communicated to safely in the event of something that could be dangerous. I'm not buying it, dude. I'm not buying it. Now, the other prediction, though, because here's the thing, cyber attacks. What's his face there? What's his name? He stepped down. He got caught using World Economic Forum money to hire like prostitutes or no, personal private massages. I forget. I can't believe I forget his name. He was such a bugger during the pandemic, man. But anyway, he was saying a cyber attack would be so horrible, and we haven't had one yet. We have the economy teetering on the edge of the brink of the edge, and we have silver and gold going through the freaking roof, which is a sign that the economy is literally up the yin yang right now. And then here's the question, though. If they were to offer you total debt forgiveness, obviously you'd have to give something back, right? The idea is, and this is what I was talking to a friend about the other day, if they want to bring in a new economic system, they have to absolutely destroy the old economic system. Guys, me and you grew up in similar times. If you're not born today, you have grown up in a similar time as me, where we're able to buy things with cash. We're able to walk around, drive a car that runs on gas, and all this. There's a very different plan for the future coming around the freaking corner, dude. And I have full faith that we will win, but let's just talk about this for a second. They fuck the economy up big time. Then they offer a way out. They make it unlivable and uncomfortable for so many people that they want something else. They're willing to accept anything else. And they present the idea of total debt forgiveness. But if you take that deal, here's what happens. You're fucked because they control your ass. And ChatGPT even wrote like 50 things that you'd be giving up if you took some debt forgiveness deal. I said to ChatGPT, I don't talk to this fucking thing much, but I said to it, if global governments came out and said everyone can have total debt forgiveness, what would be the catch? And it wrote a list like sovereignty, freedom, purchasing power, your leverage, you're now they acquired all your assets and you're the liability, whatever. And it went on and on. So, but how many sheep would take that deal and be like, well, I'm not going to say anything bad online anyway, and I'm not going to buy anything I'm not supposed to anyway, so like it's not a big deal. Just like it was when I don't care if my freedom of speech is being encroached or my freedom of like my phones are being spied on. If you have nothing to hide, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? So it's absolutely shocking, man. Shout out to Sane, who said, I was climbing the mountains of Strin and forgot to take pictures of chalk with the insanely beautiful background of the fjords. Damn, man. I thought you were going to say you actually took some pretty cool pics, but you didn't. That's freaking bad news, man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad you had an amazing hike, though, dude. Shout out to Sane, man. He is in the fjords of Sweden right now. Beautiful, beautiful Sweden. So many inventions came out of there. Nasara, that's right, lightning strike. What I wanted to mention, though, is that, dude, with all the stuff that's coming out, I made a post, okay? This is how I realized people are actually possibly in a bit of a different kind of state right now. The videos I made about this ancient book, on TikTok and on Facebook, a bunch of people are commenting saying, do they have anything about this? Do they have anything for that when it comes to like health? Okay, so they're asking like health questions, like what is this old book? For example, a guy said about, this was kind of unrelated, but about deafness. Like, did they have an ancient remedy for like hearing loss? And I'm thinking, damn, this guy's asking because he can't hear. So I wonder if there is, and I'm going to look through the book. But people are asking stuff that is a glaring, like pretty obvious that they got stuff going on health-wise. And I can't help but think, I'm like in a bubble. We're all in our own bubble here. We don't see how many people aren't doing too hot because of the chemicals, the microplastics, the pesticides, the nanobots, the freaking nanobots, that too actually, but the heavy metals, the atrazine, the glyphosate, all this crazy shit. I just found out if you have heated seats, you're cooking your ball sack off and your ovaries. I'm sorry to be grotesque, but I mean, it's happening. It's electric seats, the heated seats, they're actually really bad EMFs. It's like sitting on a Wi-Fi router. So we're under assault from all angles, and it's part of the plan, of course, to weaken and disrupt our consciousness and our vibrations. It's obvious. So I do think that we should circle back, like that one woman, the politician always said, but she got memed for saying, to health, and start detoxing and boosting our vitality and our hormones and our brain function, which I'm about to tell you guys a hilarious story, by the way. So stand by. I wanted to mention this is the last call on the chocolate powder, the free chocolate that Chalk is giving away. Organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. Extremely detoxing, delicious. Sane takes it. Kendall's taking it. Chris James takes it. Butterdog's probably drinking one right now. Tony Westbrook, who worked at SpaceX, literally loves chalk. This is organic and heirloom. It's genetically tested to be heirloom. You can't just call something heirloom. You have to test its DNA. They have tested the DNA of this species of cacao. It is the OG cacao. They're giving it away for free. It's super detoxing. It's amazing for anything neurological. It's amazing for your brain. And the billion antioxidants in here bind to free radicals and excrete it out of the body. So that's how it's detoxing. Plus, it's good for your pineal gland. The way the deal works, it is first come, first serve, so you can't really willy-nilly around with this. I just put the link in the caption, or in the comments rather, that goes to chalk.com. Chalk is based in the United States. They ship out of Georgia. They're founded in Texas. They got an all-American customer service team. It is a Giga Chad thing that they have going on. In fact, they even have something called the Chad mode, which I'll tell you all about in a second. The number one supplement for men and women. Make sure you click the link to go to chalk.com. Hot water purified Shilajit. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It's clinically studied. It's heavy metal tested. They've tested it for heavy metals. Shilajit is one of those things that you should not be freaking swinging at the hip at just random Shilajits. You got to know what Shilajit you're taking. Bruce Lee took Shilajit. Genghis Khan, Vladimir Putin, the Russian military secretly studied it for 40 years. It's freaking awesome. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. For guys, it boosts testosterone. And for girls, it supports healthy hormone optimization. You will love the Shilajit. The way this deal works, and that's shocking, lightning strike, go to chalk.com. If you are one of the first couple people, 2 or 3 people, to get a male or female, or in freaking Asher's case, a max stack, if you get a male or a female or a max stack, or any stack, which is a combination of 3 different superfoods, I'll tell you what they are in a second. If you get a stack, you put it in your cart, and you apply the discount code 44LIFE, 44LIFE, you get a lifetime 44% off discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription anytime. Automatically, you're going to get that free $100 bag of the chocolate powder, which congratulations to Asher, who just freaking got his massive stack with his huge discount, and he is getting an amazing $100 bag of the chocolate powder. Shout out to freaking Asher, man. Nova, if you have a question, you can ask it right now, dude. I mean, we are live. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to be on Instagram later, but I'm live right now, dude. Fire away. Shout out to Nova. The story I wanted to tell you guys. So remember that fucking video I made about turtles and how they're a giant clock, right? This guy who I thought was cool, I'm going to pretend he's watching too. So I'm just going to be totally real with him. He takes my video and says this is false, and says, like, he basically called me like a moron and everything in his video because he like raises turtles. And so he's like a conservation guy, like believes in like nature. He like loves reptiles. Like he's a cool guy, like what he does. He makes this video like roasting that I said like time doesn't exist, clocks exist. Like I just watched a fucking 3-hour video from a genius, Alan Watts, talking about the concept of time and how time literally actually does not exist in the natural world. The natural world doesn't have 3 p.m. The natural world has a rhythm. There is a moon cycle and a fucking sun cycle, and it's a rhythm that is constantly rhythmic. It's not time. That time is a measurement of rhythm. So it is true what I said, but this guy goes, oh, that's like the hippy-dippiest, most retarded thing I've ever heard. Time doesn't exist, you moron. Anyway, he goes on. He did get me on one thing. He said he actually grabbed one of his turtles, which is hilarious that he didn't show all of his. He showed a bunch of his turtles, but one of them he counted. And they're supposed to have 13 chunks on the top of their shell and then 28 chunks around the side. 13 moon cycles, 28 days each cycle. He found one that had like, instead of the number I said 18 and 28 and 13, one had like 15. So he got me on in the video. I said all turtles and tortoises have the same amount of these segments on their shell. That's not true. They do vary, but like rule of thumb, like 99% chance a turtle is going to have 28 segments around the side and 13 on his back at the top. So he got me on me saying every single turtle has this. But he then went on this big like roast about how fucking stupid it is to think that like there's some type of cosmic clock going on. Meanwhile, like did not every single he may as well have just like spat in a Native American person's face to their culture because their entire one of the biggest things of their culture is like the concept of turtles and and the cosmos and how time passes and everything or how rhythm passes. And so he roasted the idea that like the natural world does things a little bit differently. Like he was very scientifically sciency, as opposed to. So if he's listening to this now, he's probably laughing his ass off, and that could be clipped hardcore. Please clip it, dude, but just make sure you tag me on it. It's like, dude, you're missing the point. And about probably 30% of the comments were like, bro, you kind of missed the point. Like he is true. The Gregorian calendar is fucked up, and it's not the proper way. You know, Antoine comments, we have 13 months before the Romans. Same way there was 13 signs before they removed Fucius. It's related to the turtle, maybe. But still, Caesar all calendar used to be, like he said, 13 months of 28 days. So yeah, I mean, I am completely right, except for the one part that the scutes, there's not always that number of scutes and carapaces on its back. Anyway, so when I saw that video, I'm like, oh, nice, my video. And then I'm like, oh, he's chirping. And then he went on, but this is my point. Listen. And then he went on to say, when I commented on it, I said, just so you know, dude, the only thing you got me on was that it's not every single turtle shell, but everything else was just your opinion, and I love your work. And he says, well, I wish I could say the same about your work, but you peddle misinformation and promote useless supplements. And so I said to him, look, dude, you can not like that I promote organic superfoods. However, you should fact check the useless part because we have lab tests, clinical studies, certifications of authenticity, all available at chalk.com. So people cannot like that I talk about, they're spraying atrazine, time to detox, take chalk. That can like annoy you. Oh my God, he's promoting a supplement. Like, fuck, he's making a video and I guess he's like trying to like maybe like make a job out of it. Oh, but at the end of the day, they're definitely, certainly, they may be many things. They're definitely not useless. We got all the clinical studies and everything. So shout out to Asher, who just got an amazing freaking max stack. He said, what's the best time to take Action 2.0? I currently take the Tonkat and Chilogy in the morning and Ashwagandha in the evening. I take 7 Wonders some days when I'm feeling it and Chad and Lid. Asher, that's a great question, dude. I recommend, to be honest, the herbalists will say it's ideal to take basically all of your herbs, superfoods, supplements, etc. in the morning with food, though. So either it's your smoothie. I like to take Action 2.0 with food. That's the one I do highly recommend taking with food. Of course, the Chad mode, is like, don't have probably much, unless you're Chris James, who's just built different. But I, don't do Chad mode probably after like 4 p.m. Whereas he's having some right now, but he might be working like a night shift or something. So he is built different. And then of course the lit you can take any time of day. But yeah, the 2.0, dude, you're going to love the 2.0, man. It is amazing. If you did a deep dive on the rhodiola that's in the Action 2.0, it's a pretty freaking cool plant, man. And it's a funny thing because when Action 2.0 came out, I had never even heard about rhodiola before. And then I learned about it and I'm like, damn, this like ancient, revered, super powerful, potent freaking plant that grows in like Siberia and no one knew about it. It's so cool, man. So yeah, I'm stoked for you, Asher. You're going to absolutely love it, man. Copper Rock said, I do the daily and Shilajit in the morning. Otherwise, up all night and ashwagandha at night works for me. Yeah, I do ashwagandha at night sometimes. Like I'll probably pop one here, but it's not that. Like if you take ashwagandha any time of day, it starts to get into work. It's what I had to make clear is because ashwagandha, which is in the male and female stack, by the way, if you're watching right now and you've never tried it before, you've not seen it. the ashwagandha is in the male and female stack. It does boost melatonin production, but in conjunction with your circadian rhythm. So it's not that if in the morning you take ashwagandha, you'll get tired. No, no, it's a hormone optimizer and it works in conjunction with your circadian rhythm. This ashwagandha, by the way, if the dude who roasted me today about the turtle video is watching, useless supplement, go to India and tell them that ashwagandha is useless. They'll probably put you in a step well and freaking get you, man, because ashwagandha is like their sacred herb. In fact, that comment is kind of offensive. Useless. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Chocolate powder. You're gonna tell the Bolivian farmer, heirloom organic farmer, growing this beautiful fucking plant, a cacao tree on his property for 400 years, his grandparents owned it, that this is useless. Like, that is a cringy thought. He obviously hasn't looked at the website or is just piping out of his freaking pie hole, man. So, anyways, the ashwagandha, ours has 43 clinical studies: fertility, brain function, hormones, detox, endocrine function. There's a lot of brain benefits to it as well. Muscle endurance, muscle recovery. Ashwagandha is the most revered herb in all of India. So whatever that willy-nilly guy is talking about, he obviously didn't look at the site. He just thinks, and I get it. Oh, someone's like promoting a supplement. It must be shit. But that is such a, I would never, I mean, that is such a strange thought, man. That's someone I imagine he probably drinks fluoride, which means his poor turtles are probably swimming in fluoride as well. Nova says, so some shilajit I have is like different color. Dude, shilajit is funny. That's a good question, dude. So, usual dark shilajit, so I still bit dark. Are you saying chalks or is this from chalk? Because, dude, the Irish moss from chalk, it changes color based on seasonal tendencies, the different seasons when it's harvested, different amounts of sunlight, etc. Shilajit, although the bioactive compounds in our shilajit are standardized, so you are getting a consistent dose every time you get the shilajit into you, the color varies as well because it's different. Like it's constantly exuding out of the cracks and crevices of these mountains. So it's not a consistent color, but they have figured out a way to put enough of it in one batch that they can, when they mix it, they standardize the amount of bioactive compounds that are in it. There's a really tech way that they do it. Jenny said, what do you make smoothies out of? Jenny, I'm going to tell you in 2 seconds. I wanted to mention congratulations to whoever just got, we got Asher, shout out to Asher. And then someone just got a minerals, a ashwagandha, and a shilajit. So congratulations to who just got basically a stack, and they used the code 44life, which means they're getting a 44% off lifetime discount, which they can cancel or modify their subscription at any time. And you're going to get a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder as well. That means we probably have 2 or 3 of these left. Go to chalk.com, guys. I'm having a chocolate right now. It has cooled down, but I'm going to drink it. You can't see. I should have a clear mug for you, otherwise, but yes, you will love the Chad Bone 100%. But yeah, 2 or 3 bags left. Make sure you use that code. And if you get a stack, a male or female or a performance stack, then you will get the free lit powder. And I also highly recommend checking out the Chad Mode. That's what we're talking about. I can't imagine calling this useless. We have organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, 150 milligrams per scoop, and organic blue spirulina in here, which is one of the most powerful binders in the natural world. You got to be nuts, man. It's freaking amazing. Natural energy drink. I know people with fluoride fish, and our public school had 2 fluoride turtles. Dude, I wonder if they get affected by it as much. Stain said, I take them on an empty stomach in the morning, sometimes combined with spirulina, moringa, wheatgrass, nettle powder. Dude, Sane, you know what I love about you, man? You are about it. Like, you are actually a guy who is about what's going on. You don't just know about Michelle Obama and 9/11 and you're eating at your Swedish McDonald's. Like, you are about that life, dude. Yeah, Nova. So the main thing is this. That's a good question. He says, yo, the rhodiola be having me on a good one. Dude, that's awesome, Nova. I'm glad you're liking the Action 2.0. So dude, what I mentioned to people, so the clinically studied benefits on the chalk supplements are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. I'm about to answer you, Jenny. Comment if you're still watching. So 90 days. The thing is that About 30% of Chalk's active subscribers report feeling a difference within the first few days. Another percentage, another like 30%, is within the first few weeks. But the main thing is that if you're consistently taking like Shilajit and ashwagandha and Irish moss and all that, you are obtaining the benefits. Your body is absolutely being benefited 100%. So you don't want to be like, well, I know how some people are. They buy it, they're like, fuck, like the shit better work, man. And then they're like hyper focused on like making sure it works. When it's like, think of it this way: you just invested in a superfood. You can check out the clinical studies; it's amazing. And just submit to the process of taking it consistently and see what you notice, because you will notice 100%. Shout out to Jenny. So Jenny, what do I make my smoothies out of? Usually the last smoothie I had, which smoothies for me are more of a summer thing. Like in the winter, I'm not really like, yum. Like I'm not really looking forward to a smoothie in the morning. But I would say the last smoothie I had was like frozen bananas that we harvested from an organic farm, which is freaking awesome. You go to this organic farm and they encourage this. It's a certain amount of dollars per pound. And like it's expected that you're going out there and you're having a freaking snack too. So, um, anyway, frozen strawberries, raw buffalo yogurt, water buffalo yogurt, and then a bit of maple syrup, strawberries, maple syrup, yeah, and then a really freaking good one though is, if I'm not mistaken, well, we do chocolate smoothies as well. I think is it a strawberry chocolate smoothie? I think so. Whatever it was freaking good. I didn't make it. Mrs. Shade Vibes throws it together, but it's usually always with yogurt and a frozen berry or fruit rather than ice cubes, but you can ice cube it up. Frozen berries, if they're organic, it's an arm and a leg. Like we got to figure out our food supply, man. Shit's expensive. Chris James said, I did my yearly exam through my work a couple weeks ago. My results were better in every single category compared to last year, thanks to chalk. Guys, do you know what kind of exam Chris James is talking about? Have you guys ever seen the movie Black Hawk Down? All I'm going to say is some of you guys don't know who you're talking to in the caption in the comments here. Shout out to Captain Walt. Walt, are you still on here, dude? I want to talk to you about your washing machine. But shout out to Chris James. I'm telling you guys, he's experiencing the benefits. And you know what? I would be surprised. But we got clinically studied benefits, man. So I'm enthralled that you're getting the benefits that I knew you would if you started taking it. Shout out to Chris James. He actually is about it too. He takes them all the time. Hold on a second. Solar calendar. Yeah. I love how everyone's talking roasting New Year's right now. It is so fake. Exactly, Copper Rock. Cliff Diver sounds like an NPC bot defending his programming. Big time, dude. It was like the sheepiest thing I saw, man. Have you heard about Chostberry? I was going to say that's really good to have with any chalk product. So sacred. You should have it. Dude, we'll look into Chostberry, man. Sounds like a... See, there's so many berries and fruits. Like, we got bananas, apples, oranges. Do you know how many other fruits there are? There's like thousands and thousands of other fruits. Shout out to Walt, man. Walt, if you DM me, I'll get you that link. I do want you to see that video because I do want... Guys, the reason I'm invested into Captain Walt removing the basically Wi-Fi out of his washing machine is because Walt came on here long ago and told me about how his whole house was like super Wi-Fi smart enabled, and he became like awake to the like the effects of them and everything. And he went and totally revamped his whole house and went like Amish with it. So I got respect for the guy, man. Okay, hold on a second here. Boom, bang, bang. Title. Did Venezuela get bombed? So much going on. Like, what do you keep track of? Charlie Kirk, or do you keep track of Trump, or do you keep track of Venezuela, or do you keep track of the global economy? Papaya, Copper Rock. One time I ate a bunch of papaya. Holy crap. I ate a bunch of papaya seeds. That is a freaking detox, man. I had extreme stomach pain. I guess I was on an empty stomach and had a bunch of them. They like shred you, man, but I guess in a good way. But holy fuck, that was painful. Um, my wife and I have the stacks coming every 3 weeks, so we have a supply. Freaking awesome, Chris James. Guys, Chris James is comboed up, man. I think he was on, last I heard, he's on 3 Chad modes. Um, a yeah, he's on 3 Chad mode subscriptions. Okay, title. What's flapping right now in the universe? Hold on a sec. Cloudberry. I've not heard of Cloudberry, man. Yeah, wow. And because he grows in Florida, lives in Florida, he's growing papaya trees. Walt, that is awesome, man. There was papaya trees everywhere in Grenada when I lived there for 3 months. Everyone's got papayas growing. Okay. You know what's funny too? People are seeing that if they have plants growing outside their house and there's a smart meter on the side of their house there, and I've seen this firsthand. Peonies, you know that plant, the peony flower? On my parents' house, there's a whole wall of these flowers growing. And when they get to in front of the smart meter, they fully have bent over in front of the smart meter. I don't know why. What's going on, everyone? Shout out to Jayla. Shout out to Jayla. Guys, what's going on? I know you may be thinking this is like bad news and everything, but there's good news because in order to bring the new, we have to get rid of the old. So they do have a plan. I'm just going to be honest with you. They do have a plan to completely disrupt and destroy the economy to bring in the new economy. The new economy is not going to be anything like me and you grew up with, man. They won't be having cash. It will be very different. It's pretty freaking shocking. And even though you guys may not know or may not like when I talk about, most of you do, but the shape of the earth, the age of the earth, the one true God and everything. I know you guys get flustered sometimes, but dude, this is a big deal. Like, we should try to unite on our things that we have in common because we are all the sleeping sheep to them. We are all the useless eaters to these guys. So keep that in mind. We're doing a deep dive on this right now on my Rumble live stream channel because that's where you can stream without getting worried about strikes or anything. So Rumble, if you don't have a Rumble account, it's pretty freaking nice. You don't get strikes for nothing. You can talk fully freely. You don't have to use code words. So we are live on my Rumble channel right now. It's at the link in my bio. It's also in my stories, or if you just go comment the word Rumble on any one of my posts, you get a link to my Rumble channel in your DMs. So yeah, the reason I don't do full-blown live streams on Instagram, people ask me all the time. I'd love to. There's already more people on here than on Rumble. We got 50 people on Rumble. Is because strikes, dude. I'm talking mid-video, it stops, and I open my phone. It says, I'll tell you guys the whole story of these strikes actually on Rumble. So come on over to Rumble, guys. I really do hope to see you. Like I said, I know most people love just a quick dopamine. Tyler, we're giving away freebies tonight, dude. So come to Rumble. I'll get you hooked up to the max. You have a Rumble account, don't you, man? But anyways, so my point is that it is shocking what's going on, and I'm going to fully discuss it with you guys. Reno said Rumble, and BC said Rumble. Comment it on a post, or just click the link in my link tree. If you make an account on Rumble, you'll be able to comment, and you'll be able to turn on live notifications. But you can watch for free, download it for free, view it in your browser. You don't even need to download it. It's a good app. So come on over to Rumble, guys. Hope to see you there. Anna Green, link in my bio. Okay. And yeah, I hope to see all you guys there. I know everyone likes the dopamine, but we do deep dives on Rumble long form. Niner, it's official Shane Vibes, I think. What's my Rumble name? Just type in Shane Vibes. There's 2 accounts. The one account that's streaming right now is the one that I'm on right now. I know, Mr. Diesel Fuel TV. I know, dude. Okay, so guys, go comment Rumble on my posts, not on the actual live itself, on one of my posts, and you will get the Rumble link in your DMs. Okay, we'll see you there. Okay, boom, bang, bang. I see like literally like someone who looks to be the age of like my grandpa. He's commenting Rumble. He's trying to get on the live. I'm like, no, no, please, like comment it on the post, man. But I know it's confusing. Yeah, Copper Rock. We got a lot of freaking plants in this house too. Dude, Copper Rock. Think about the guy. Don't you remember the guy who was going viral in like Wyoming or in where was he? Idaho or somewhere in the middle of the states, but not near the mountains and not near the East Coast. It's like central, probably close to Wyoming. And he was growing, no, Nebraska. It was Nebraska. Growing oranges in minus 20 in a greenhouse that's half underground that has geothermal and fans. We could grow, we don't need to be importing, crazy stuff like oranges from fucking South Africa. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely just horrible. And then also, there's a major vibrational change when you're consuming food that is grown near you, like geographically close to you. Eat local is usually falsely associated with like save the climate, like reduce your footprint, eat local. I'm saying eat local because of the vibrational frequency of food that is grown close to you where you live. It's a different vibe. And there's people who've done like several hour seminars on this topic, whereas I'm just telling you the brass tacks. That's usually what I try to do is I hear stuff and then I condense it and just give you guys kind of lay it out. Some stuff I go into more detail of, but that's one that's major. Eat food that is as close to you as possible. Don't buy, let me just tell you this. There's one health food store, a couple online organic stores, and like two butchers, let's say one butcher and one Amish farm. That is where all of my food comes from right now. More of it's going to come from my farm when I can get cows. A man's wealth used to be measured in how many head of cattle he has. How many cows does any of us have cows? I wish we did. Like, how does no one have cows? Where the hell is Texas Food Systems? She fucked off, eh? You guys remember her? She had cows, I think. Maybe she didn't. But I will absolutely eat cows. But here's the thing. They're passing laws every day right now. Your cows need to be vaxxed. Your cows need microchips. We got to know where all the cows are. Do you know that if you're a beekeeper in the States or in Canada, they do want you to register your beehive with the Beekeepers Association? You know that, right? Of course, from face value, this is the shocking thing that you have to use your due diligence to listen to understand this. During COVID, everything that was done was to stop the spread, manage infections. Woohoo. They're doing the same fucking thing with the same test, the PCR test, which is leading to the culling of hundreds of millions of birds and cows all over Europe and the US and Canada. They PCR tested one ostrich in British Columbia. It came back positive with the bird flu. A year later, the RCMP shot to death 400 ostriches that were all completely healthy. And the premise was the PCR test. In fucking Scotland, they said we want to microchip cows because then we can track and trace for diseases. 6 months later, after that went through, they went and said, we're not going to be able to meet our climate targets if there's this many cows. You farmers need to cull your herds. Your herds are too big. They're trying to put digital RFID chips into cows in Wyoming right now. They are trying. So it's not going to be so simple as walk out of the system, get your own farm, get your own cow, and you're good. There's still going to be a fight. They don't want you having cows. They don't want you having chickens. And the EPA just got found out they're doing some deep dives into the water table. They want to control the water underneath your property. They want to control, like when you own your property, you only own like 6 inches of the soil. Underneath that, if they find something or they need to dig there, they boot you off. Like, we're in a funny situation right now, man. But what I wanted to mention, the reason for that is because modified atmospheric packaging, the chemicals, microplastics, and all these crazy things that are in the food and water supply, which I don't know that all of us are eating 100% organically. And even if you are eating 100% organically right now, that doesn't mean you're getting the full matrix of minerals, not even close. And that certainly doesn't mean you're getting all the nutrients you're supposed to be getting. People can eat all organic till they're blue in the freaking forehead. There's still the way, if you go to Aldi's and buy organic bell peppers, like half of them are hydroponically grown, and the ones that are grown organically are still synthetically fertilized. Organic doesn't mean necessarily non-synthetic fertilizer. So it's not, the food supply is not quite what it used to be. And because of that, yes, we talk all the time about power of the mind and your, frequency, your pineal gland, but the importance of superfoods today, I think, is more important than ever before in human history, to be detoxing the insane amount of stuff that we are exposed to. So I wanted to mention to Tyler Newell, who said he needs a new Chad mode. I wanted to tell him and anyone else on here, we're doing the last call for the free bags of the chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. Lab tested, genetically tested. This is the original cacao. Extremely detoxing. It's delicious. I'm drinking one right now. It's minus 20 out, so this warms you right up. A hot chocolate. And this stuff's freaking amazing. There's a pinch of Redmond real salt in it, organic coconut milk powder, organic vanilla bean powder, organic Ceylon cinnamon. It's freaking amazing stuff. We're giving 3 more away for free on this live. And the way the deal works is this. I'm going to put the link in the chat that goes to chalk.com. Chalk is based in the United States. They ship out of Georgia. They're founded in Texas, and they have an all-American customer service team. They also have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. So this is not some willy-nilly thing here. This is the hub of, since 2019, I've talked about and shared and spread the word of the superfoods from Chalk. And the reason is this. Number 1 Chalk supplement for men and women is the hot water purified Shilajit. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It's considered the destroyer of weakness in India. Genghis Khan took it, Bruce Lee took it, and Vladimir Putin certainly takes it because the Russian military secretly studied it for 40 years, starting in the Cold War. This is an actual real thing that is extremely good for you. And it's detoxing, and it's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. The way the deal works to get the free lit, if you go to chalk.com and you add a male or a female or a performance stack to your cart, and you apply the discount code 44life, the code I put in the comments, that discount code unlocks a 44% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. However, the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption, so you do want to get a consistent dose. Pizza woman, go on the site and tell the chat, say that to the live chat on the site. Can I redeem a Chad mode offer from Jack through you? Yes, definitely, Tyler, 100%, dude. Just make sure, because I think you said, what was it? You were looking to get a Chad mode. What could we do here? We could really slice it any way. All I know is we have 3 more bags of the lit powder to give away. Nova said, if we finish our lit, can we buy the lit itself? Yes, it's not just for freebies. It is also on the site. Yesterday, someone did, or 2 days ago, rather, someone got a stack, a Chad mode, and a lit, and then we threw in a lit for free. So they got like double lit. Hold on a sec. Boom, bang, bing. What is it? Angel number or something? Oh, that's cool. So anyways, my point is that yes, you can definitely get the lits on the site. Habitspa, what I mean is, yeah, Tyler, I'm getting word from Chalk right now. Just go to the site for the Chad mode offer. And to Mrs. Australian woman, if you go to chalk.com, on the right hand of the screen, you'll see there's a live chat. Tell the live chat it's expensive in Australian dollars and they might do something for you. I do recommend, though, because it's going all the way to Australia, what I recommend to anyone who's ordering outside of the States to get a multi-month supply. That way, we're not sending like a single bottle of Shilajit all the way to, New Zealand. The shipping is like, the best thing is get a multi-month supply. Then you only pay shipping once. You get an even bigger discount because you're using that 44% off for life code. And then you don't have to ration it, and you have enough to take the 90-day chalk challenge. You know what I mean? Can I DM you via Rumble to scoop up to? Yes. Yeah. No, Tyler, just freaking, yeah, Chalk's telling me right now, because we got them online right now, to go to the site. Will says monopolize everything. The same companies on exactly. Will he might be like 20 minutes back on the live, but that's all good. Shout out to Will, man. All these is expensive, or sorry, is GMO. Captain Walt. I mean, even Whole Foods has a bunch of like I don't trust the grass-fed beef or whatever from Whole Foods. Not that we even have Whole Foods in Canada. At least I don't think we do. But yeah, a lot of these companies are just they're faking it, man. Tyler said, "I yearn for the tingle sensation on the Chad mode." So guys, Tyler was on the live on Instagram 5 minutes ago. He said he's got to get more Chad mode. The Chad mode, the reason he's talking about this tingling sensation. So Chad mode is a natural energy drink pre-workout. It's got 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop. That's cold water extracted from green coffee beans, and it has organic blue spirulina in it, and it has fermented L-citrulline and niacin, and it gives you a what's called niacin flush. So you get tingles all over your body when you take the Chad mode, especially on an empty stomach. I find it most strong on an empty stomach. It is like you will quite like that feeling. It is something that you really look forward to. I don't leave the house without Chad mode. If it's daytime, I'm going out with a Chad mode. It's something you just do, man. And the crazy thing though is that because there's the organic caffeine in here, most people don't know. Which I love that guy who chirped me about if he was watching this. 99% of all caffeinated beverages, pre-workouts, and energy drinks, they grow the caffeine synthetically, and that's what they put into their product. Whereas chalk, cold water extracted freaking caffeine from green coffee beans, that is like alien. That does not exist in the energy drink pre-workout world. So it is a miles away. And then if you look closely too, it's got the Chad on there, which is hilarious. Like people are gonna ask you, what is that drink you're taking, man? I gave one to my cousin for Christmas. He's freaking stoked. It's like that pre-workout itch feeling, similar but different. Yeah, exactly, dude. I never felt the pre-workout itch feeling. I didn't know, but they use apparently synthetic niacin. So people tend to mention when they're taking the Chad mode that it you don't have a whatchamacallit burnout, like a drop where you feel low after what's it called after you have too much caffeine. There's no burnout. And it's like a clean, pure feeling. You should see the one message I got. This lovely woman from, I think she was in Hawaii. No, she was in Hawaii. She wrote this big, long, like poetic message about the Chad mode. In fact, I bet you I could pull it up in my photos if I type in, what did she type? She definitely used the word pure. So let me type in pure. Um, it's a screenshot. Hold on a sec. She used a couple funny words. I want to make sure, like, you guys got to read this. What else would she have said? Oh, she called it chalk mode, but that's not going to help because there's a million words of chalk on my phone. Um, I just have to tell you guys, this one. Shout out to Paper Doll. Is Paper Doll on here as well? Okay, here it is. This is what she said. Aloha, Shane. I love the chalk mode, Chad mode. It is so smooth and respectful. Then she says, it honors my nervous system and is very gentle with my brain. I find that it's very effective in facilitating congruence, focus, clarity, and ease of thinking. I've been drinking Pete's coffee since I was 18. I'm 71 now. Blah, 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 blah. Then she said, the chalk mode has come to the rescue. I've got energy, enthusiasm, and oomph again. The women in my family are long lived well into their 90s. Chalk mode is gentle yet energizing. No jolt, no over revving, like espresso and some of those other energy drinks, overdosing the taurine. It gets a gentle purr going in both brain and body. Thank you, Shane. So that was a real review. What a dear soul. How's she doing? Dulcie Wright. Dulcie, if you're watching, shout out to Dulcie, man. Tyler says it's the activation phase and then go time right after. I literally accomplished so much on this clean energy system. Dude, you guys saw my wood pile, right? If you didn't see my wood pile, I'll post it again. I don't know that I would have been able to stack all that without Chad mode, man. We're talking like 20 cords at least of red oak, freaking hard maple. Uh, anyway, that was very fun. I enjoyed that. I'm excited to stack more. Now I'm burning it though, and it's just as enjoyable to burn it as it was to stack it. Yeah, Shane mode. That's awesome, man. Nova. Shout out to Nova. But yeah, so my thing that I'm also concerned about is shout out to whoever just got two Chad modes and a lit. Was that you, Tyler? Someone just got two Chad modes and a lit at chalk.com with the code 44life. Congratulations to who just got that. They got a smoking 44% off lifetime discount on all three of those. So on their total order, and they're getting the free lit, I guess, which means we have two lits left to give away. Congratulations to who just got the that's an awesome stack, man. Holy crap. Shout out to Sane who said, I need that oomph too. Dude, it is something, man. That is something, man. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I mean it is very interesting. So what I wanted to mention also is that silver. Let's check what silver's doing. Okay, so it's funny. What day did that happen? Was that this? Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm neutral. Like, I mean, clearly you'd be, thinking it's going to go higher. Some people think, dude, and you got to be careful getting into like this mass hypnosis of what everyone thinks at the same time. But as Captain Walt was saying, it should, um, historically, it was always what, like 18 ounces of silver guts you 1 ounce of gold, and it's not calibrated to that. Silver prices would have to be in the hundreds of dollars per ounce to match the historical match that they were for thousands of years. So, um, but that's not a good sign. Gold and silver skyrocketing basically somehow means that the economy is completely in the tubes. Are we like 30? Are you guys in the States? You're how many trillions in debt? Let's see. How in debt is Canada? Let's start with Canada. Canada is 1.2 trillion in debt. Okay, that's great. Um, how much debt in USA? I could just go to the US debt clock. US national debt is 38 trillion. Okay. How exactly the fuck are they thinking we're supposed to pay this off? Um, like, what's the big idea there, dude? Well, like, what's the big idea? How are you supposed to, is that how things are supposed to work? The countries are all just supposed to be billions and billions and trillions in debt? Yeah, I don't know, man. I think maybe Gaddafi had an idea, go back to gold-backed currency and boost the economy naturally without. I mean, obviously, it's a part of a plan. They have to bring down the old to bring in the new, 100%. Eskimo said he's creating a chalk account now. Shout out to Eskimo. Eskimo, remember to use that code 44life, dude. Do not pay full price on the stack when we're doing the discount. Okay, so make sure you use that, and I'll make sure Chalk holds a bag of the lit for you as well. Um, that's awesome, Thrax. He's been stacking silver since it was 15 an ounce. That's a good spot to get in, Thrax. That's awesome, man. Silver outperformed Bitcoin this year, so Tyler said for silver, there's a lot of hold on for dear lifers, hodler. You could have just said hodler, dude. That are heavily tempted to sell at this perceptively high price. We may see a bit of a market balancing with people cashing in. You know what, dude? I honestly don't. I don't even think. I don't think people are cashing in right now. The last I heard, people were lined up to buy fucking silver in China and shit. Like all over the world, people are trying to get a hold of this. But that makes me think that they will send it a bit lower for a bit, and then, I mean, again, people are thinking it should go like literally quite high. So, like we're talking in the hundreds. Maybe Captain Walt can chime in. But it's like if our parents, our whole life, instead of all the Christmas and PlayStations and shit they got us, if they just always got us a bunch of ounces of gold or silver, not a bunch of ounces of gold, but you know what I mean? Here's another thing too, like, gold, like watches and jewelry, it's only a waste of money. Like, it's an investment, really. I know, crazy thought, but gold and silver, it's not a stupid thing to spend money on because it goes up. But with that being said, this is what always made me hesitant about gold and silver and thinking it's like our way out, is that, or like a hedge to inflation, is that in 19 like 13 or 18 or what, the first Great Depression, didn't they devalue the price of gold? Like the, Rothschilds or whatever, like just sent it low. And then didn't they also confiscate gold? Hold on. Hold on. Executive Order 6102. Under President Franklin D. Roosevelt during the Great Depression, he effectively confiscated private gold holdings through Executive Order 6102 in 1933, requiring citizens to surrender most gold coin, bullion, and certificates for paper money at a fixed rate, though it was technically a forced buyback with compensation, before the government later revalued it higher, enabling significant economic restructuring and currency devaluation. Okay, so, you know, that is weird, man. Like, the goal was to increase the money to supply. No, I think the goal was to take gold out of the hands of the citizens. You know what I mean? When the US seized gold, and could it happen again? It's a nightmare scenario for any physical collector of gold, the federal government enacting its sovereign claims on the precious metal and seizing all privately owned stashes of it in the US. And it's happened before. So, damn, man. Are you sure about that, Thrax? Because it said the only coins they let people keep were like super historical, like really rare coins you could keep, but like a minted coin is not rare and not ancient. You know what I mean? Sweglord said they're squeezing everything they can because once they flip the board over, nobody's going to remember any debt. Well, like we said, if they go and say, we got a new economic system for you guys and we'll wipe your debt clean. Yeah, exactly. I mean, fuck, man. There should be a whistleblower saying what's going to happen next. But, maybe it's not concrete. Like maybe whatever plan they have is not like fully concrete right now. And in fact, that it's more like um, they have a variety of different things they can try. We know the end goal is the same, you know. Long-term exponential gain on silver, short-term may see some turbulence, aka better opportunity to buy. True, Tyler, that's true, man. The only thing is, like, yeah, it would suck to buy a bunch of silver and then they devalue it. Like that would suck. But I don't think. But my understanding is, right now they're trying to the plan is to devalue the dollar. It would be a little bit more seemingly challenging to devalue the dollar at the same time as devaluing gold and silver because they're inversely correlated. But I guess anything's possible if they do control the financial markets fully, that they could turn down the dial on dollar, and they can turn down the dial on precious metals as well. Mrs. Hepitspa, Hef, Hefziba, um, when you go to the chalk site, it should be at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. In fact, I'm going to tell chalk to, when you pop up, they'll probably outbound you anyway. So just be on the site, and there should be a little icon that looks like a little dot 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 text box kind of thing at the bottom right hand corner of your screen, if you're on your phone. In fact, I'll show you what it looks like. Hold on a sec. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, accept. Yeah, this thing right here. Bottom right, right where the bottom right of your screen. This one right here. I know you can't really see it, but that circle is a text box that you press, and then you get automatically connected to a real human being, not an AI. Yeah, I guess so, Tyler. Probably a. The thing that dollar going down is that I liked when it was going up because that means that the dollar CAD was going up, which means that if you get paid in US dollars, it's worth a lot more in Canadian. So that was nice for the last 10 years. If it was opposite, that would suck. But not if you're like a Canadian. Like there's a guy I met and he's like, this exchange rate's killing me. I got to buy shit from the States to keep my business going. And you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, I know it's not, people are thinking it's interesting. You know, we got to think about money, but the natural world doesn't have money. It's energy and it's trees and soil microbiomes and everything. But we're stuck thinking about things that aren't quite, I don't think that we were designed to think about. In more detail, David Icke, I mean, he talks about that the financial system is like totally the head of the snake, and it's what is used to control and influence humanity, and it is made up. And largely now too, it's literally just digits on a screen. There's not enough money in circuit. If everyone went to pull out the money in their banks, there's not enough cash. If there's not cash and it's not backed by gold, then it's backed by faith, and that alone. So it's basically fake. Hold on a sec. Okay, hold on. Let me announce that we are live on Rumble right now. Hold on a sec. Yo, Butterdog, if you're listening to this right now, okay. So there's this company, I guess, where you can pay like they look like tribal like Africans in Africa to do something like hold up a sign that says something funny or like wish someone a happy birthday, right? And I guess someone paid this group of like 10 African dudes, this company, to hold a picture of Paul Saladino. Butterdog, listen to this. They kiss this picture of Paul Saladino, and then they hold a sign that says, Merry Christmas, Paul Scamadino. Tell us the truth about the organs plus RO water. I don't really know what this is referencing, um, but I guess I don't know. I don't know, man. That is just pretty hilarious to see. Anyway, shout out to Legacy. He's Legacy works. Legacy, what's going on, man? No other creature pays to inhabit their own planet. You mean their own plane, other than the most advanced one. I know Legacy. It's just very interesting, man. Okay, so hold on. Tyler said, I remember when an ounce of silver in March was $14. At the time, everything was crashing due to pandemic. Very well could follow the same pattern with potential future FF. What do you mean FF? Um, hold on a second here. Boom, bang, bing. Yeah. Okay, it was 14. Yeah, silver dropped its ass off. March it was 12 bucks even. And then May, June, July it went up to 30 bucks. Went sideways until April of this year and then took the heck off, man. That was dope to see. Bitcoin's just kind of willy-nillying around. Not that I have any, but I know a lot of people are really crossing their fingers about that, hoping it goes up. Oh, false flag. Oh, interesting, Tyler. So what? Oh, you think then you think possibly drop then rip. That's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Um, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Shout out to Legacy Works, man. I'm trying to remember why have I not like seen your name in a long time. Um, hold on a sec. Surely you're in my DMs, right? But I don't see your username on my in my DMs anymore, man. Maybe you were just on here. Okay, let me announce we are live again on Instagram. Shout out to Legacy, man. Okay, New Year's. Oh God, did you hear about? Okay, this is weird. Apparently, a train traveling from somewhere in the States to California. On the way there, it had like a shitload of ammonium nitrate, and on the way there, it like got delayed, and then when it arrived in California, there was no ammonium nitrate in these carriages. And apparently that can be used to make things that go boom. And they said like, oh, maybe the carriages just had leaks and they were just like slowly dropping crumbs of this nitrate all the way across the country. But the one guy said when the train was stopped for 2 hours at this one spot, there should have been like a pile of ammonium nitrate underneath it. But when they went to that spot, there was nothing. In fact, they didn't see any of this stuff along the tracks. It was like the pellets. And anyway, his concern is with like this whole New Year's thing coming up, and if you saw what happened in Beirut in Lebanon when that thing blew up. Anyway, obviously it's he was saying like he thinks that something's planned to happen. And look, I'm not fear mongering, like I literally have no fear or anything, but well, in general, I don't really like cities anyway, but I certainly wouldn't want to be like downtown in a city in general, but also on New Year's. But am I really worried about a bomb going off? No. Is it a real threat? I mean, I guess for sure it is. But I know it's the most BS answer. I know, Thrax. Anyway, so keep your head on a swivel. I don't think that something's about to happen that hardcore, but I guess anything's possible. That would shake things up. I'm more thinking that they would do like I think they would do more damage with a cyber attack than like a bomb going off. You know what I mean? Not a nuke, by the way, because as we discussed, those aren't quite accurate. Yo, Tyler, let me know, dude, because I got chalk on the horn here right now. And I want to make sure, hold on a sec, that they include your free lit in your order. But make sure you're using that code, of course. No, wait, does this go the same? Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. A girl found a book that's from 1870. She decided to start reading it because of my videos about the books. Did you guys see my videos about the books? Surely. Anyway, yeah, Tyler, let me know, man, because I just want to make sure that you get fully hooked up. Okay. And we have 1 million followers on Instagram now, by the way. That's freaking awesome. Once we hit 1.1 mil, then I will have achieved what was on my vision board in 2016, 2017, 2016 maybe. So it can take 10 years, but you got to put it on that vision board, man. Okay. Actually, I would have hit it freaking 5 years ago if I didn't get deleted in 2021. You know, a million's just a number, though. Thanks, Kendall. What's this? Dude, the thing about having a big account, though, is like, it's great because more people see your stuff, you can make more of an impact. Like, it's dope. But it's also let me tell you guys something. When it comes to the shape of the earth and the age of the earth, I just know. And I'm not going to willy nilly around digging into what this textbooks say to then further research the opposite and expose them. I'm just kind of, I only got so much gas in the tank per day. It's spent on making great videos that I'm stoked about. So when, you know, it's like, dude, I know the opposite of what they say is true. We've seen it time and time again. They say it's a ball that's billions of years old. That was a random chance. It's actually a realm. It's flat, as all the ancient, smartest cultures ever believed in. And it's also new, very new. And that's in Genesis, man. It all lays it out for you. Okay. Hold on a sec. Let me just announce that we are live on Instagram again. Apparently, a bunch of people are on the site right now, by the way. So if you guys are on the fence and you got the code there, 44 Life, you're getting a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder if you get a male or a female or a performance stack. That gets included. We have 2 left to give away. Congratulations to who got the 2 Chads and the chocolate powder. You're going to freaking love it. And congratulations also to the Mr. Asher, who got a massive stack as well. He got a max stack, actually. What is popping right now? Venezuela, I mean, no one reads the terms and conditions on any of their apps, by the way. Captain Walt, did you read them? Because from what I heard, Walt, from Kent Hovind, he said that the book of Enoch, and I don't even really know what this fully means, but you probably will. He said the book of Enoch is not scripture, but it's a historical account. Apparently, it's a pretty big freaking deal. So, should I read the books of Enoch? Like, how many are there of them? Yeah, the AI shit that they're turning on is whack as well. With Palantir, like, it is literally strange. Okay, here's breaking news. A Taiwanese company fought hard to get quick approval for constructing their chemical plant near waterways in Texas. Now that company is dumping thousands of pounds of microplastics into Texas waterways and land. Um, so what does that look like? Oh, like the town, people's pools had plastic in it. Like this plant was like sending plastics into the air or something. Did you guys hear about this? Holy crappers, man. Okay, I'm gonna save that. I'll have to post that later. That's so true. Okay, here's a great comment that sums up what I've said a bunch. This guy says, I continue to be confused why the people who are so concerned about the planet and its climate almost never mention solid waste pollution. Solid and chemical pollutants are terribly detrimental to the environment, not CO2, which is benign, natural, and beneficial. Climate change is not a hoax, it's a scam. 1977 cover of Time magazine said How to Survive the Coming Ice Age. In 2008, Time magazine says How to Win the War on Global Warming. Al Gore and John Kerry made millions. Greta Thunberg, paid by Soros, and AOC all spreading the lies, creating fear for greed. Yeah, I knew that, man. Yeah, carbon is a vital plant nutrient. So, a million tent cities in Brussels of the newcomers as well. Yeah, a bunch of shitstorms are going on, man. Thanks, Kendall. Yeah, it's also interesting because we're gonna have to see what happens with this freaking with New Year's. Keep your head on a swivel this New Year's, guys. Stay safe, and I guess we're gonna do the last call on this. I'm definitely gonna get the three books, by the way, Captain Walt, the Book of Enoch. I've talked about it enough that I should have it. You'd be surprised I don't have it. But anyway, so we're gonna do the last call on the free lit. If you go to chalk.com, Tyler, you can DM me as well if you don't get it on the live. But go to chalk.com, you get a male or female stack, and you apply the discount code 44life. That unlocks a 44% off lifetime discount, and you get the $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order. I do recommend also using that code on the Chad mode because it's so freaking good. You will love it. And it's also extremely detoxing because that blue spirulina takes the microplastics out of you, like what we just found is being dumped in Texas, which is shocking. But it's all over the place. I mean, we're probably being sprayed with polymers as well. Um, Shout out to Butter Dog, dude. Freaking butter. What's flapping, man? Yeah, I just kind of gasped. But hold on a second. Sheldon, what's he saying? Boom, bang, bang. It's fake New Year's. Yeah, of course, man. It's freaking shocking. Silver, what are you doing, man? Silver chilling, bouncing around. Yeah, hold on a sec. Did you guys see my video? Okay, so do you remember the video I made about the guy? These people went to Antarctica to debunk flat earthers, apparently. And when they were there, the guy is standing there and he is exhaling, and there's no like condensation of his breath, right? So people were saying he's not in Antarctica, it's fake, because in Antarctica they showed a video of a guy in Antarctica when he did exhale, and it was like it looked like a dragon's blowing flame out of his mouth, like it was a huge cone of condensed breath. So people were saying this guy is not actually in Antarctica. But then today it was minus 20, like it's freezing out, and I'm walking, and I don't see. I'm not. My breath isn't condensing at all either. So obviously there's some phenomenon, like maybe it's too dry. Like when it's dry, you don't always see your breath just because it's cold out. But I'm now curious as to what the conditions are for to actually see your breath on a cold day. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, man, it's crazy. Bang, 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 man. There's a video of him going back. Yeah, I know, and that's what really cooked him, Captain Walt, because he literally hit his vape and then exhaled on the camera because the guy asked him why I can't see his breath, and he totally faked it with the vape. That was crazy, dude. That was freaking wild. Uh, he is a bit of a. I mean, I'm sure that was like majorly sponsored and shit. Like that was promoted, man. That was not organic. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to wrap this one up and pick up where we left off tomorrow. Shout out to Butterdog and shout out to the discount code 44 Life. Thank you all for joining. Shout out to Mrs. Hespisa in um, Australia. I'm stoked for you to get your chalk. I think chalk's going to hook you up big time with freebies and whatnot, and we'll make sure that you get a smoking deal. And you will love when you're taking these clinically studied superfoods. This is why I've been talking about them since 2019. They really are, you could say, built different with the clinical studies and everything. And especially for Asher, he already has taken chalk for a long time, but for the guy who got 2 CHAD modes in the lit, take a moment when you got a minute and read the clinical studies on the site. You will be even more hyped because I can only explain like a fraction of how many actual benefits there are to a ton of these, especially when you take it in conjunction with the Shilajit. Okay, so much love to everyone. Thank you all for joining. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure your live notifications are on so you get notified, and keep your head on a swivel for New Year's. Okay, much love, everyone. We'll see you there.